Hi everyone, my name is James Graham and I run the Microsoft Defender Masterclass event series for Microsoft partners. I just wanted to create this short video to run through the labs getting started guides. I know some people have trouble here, or others just want to know how to get demo tenants up and running. So I've just wanted to create this short video to walk you through that process in case you haven't done it already, and then also how you can populate that demo tenant with some, I suppose, some alert and incident information as well, using the simulator and labs within Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So without any further ado, I will get started. Okay, so I'm just up here on the Defender Masterclass repo. So this is where I pretty much store everything associated with the events, and where you can access previous recordings and sign up for upcoming events, and where we keep all of our lab documentation as well. So just want to head over to this document here. So this is the Labs Getting Started guide, where I describe the steps you need to take to get a Defender for Endpoint demo tenant provisions. So for this, you need to be a partner, Microsoft partner. You need to be enrolled in Microsoft Partner Center and log in to the CDX website with your partner email address. So just going to head over there now. So just going to head over to the CDX. So this is what it looks like when you sign in. So this is the landing page here. And I suppose a good place to check first is your environments. So this is where you list all of your tenants that you've already spun up. So it will let you know what the name of that tenant is that you specified when you spun it up, when you created it, when it's due to expire, what content was created in it, and the tenant status will be updated as the tenant gets provisioned. You can renew here or delete or view any of the credentials. A good one to also check here is roles and limits. So this will tell you what your current assigned role is within the CDX environment, and then it will tell you what number of tenants you can essentially provision, along with any of the CIE or custom immersion or other demo sessions that you can spin up. But this is probably the most important piece here. For Defender for Endpoint tenants, they are limited to the 90-day tenants. So this will tell you how many potential Defender for Endpoint tenants you can spin up. So another area as well, the help area is actually pretty good. So if you've got any issues accessing anything, most of the questions will be in the FAQ, or you could submit a support ticket via the portal here and view any of your ticket history here as well, or if you want to renew any tenants as well, or submit any feedback as well. So just going to create a tenant quickly here. So what you do is within my tenants, I'm just going to hit create tenant, create a 90-day one, quick tenant. I'll set the area to Europe, and then I'm going to scroll down here and look for this one right here. So this is the M365 Enterprise demo with Microsoft Defender for Endpoint licenses and content. So this will populate the demo tenant with dummy users, dummy machines, and some pre-populated actual incident and alert information that we can use. So going to hit here. I suppose this is the alternative one is here, where this will create the demo content, but will just include the licenses. So this means this is something if you want it to be a clean tenant with no pre-existing incidents or alerts, and that will allow you to onboard your own machines and populate it with your own instant and alert data just to keep it cleaner. But in this instance, we're going to create this one. Yes, I agree. Accept and continue. So sometimes here, during certain busy periods or in certain regions, this does get throttled, and you may be presented with an error message saying that it's too busy at this time and it's being throttled. Recommendation is you try a different region. Usually, I choose Europe. Europe tends to be okay, but it can just depend. If there's a big event going on and a lot of people are trying to spin these up, then you can hit the throttling and you just need to wait for it to sort itself out. So once it's provisioned, you get to this screen. From there, you can edit the name. You can give it a tenant name, Masterclass Tenant. Save that. So this can tell you what the information about the tenant is. You can add some stuff in here. You can also add additional content if you want to. In this instance, we have the option of Defender for Identity, but I don't want to do that at the moment anyway. Most importantly, these are your credentials to gain access to the lab environment. So what we can do here then is we can spin up a new in private window and head over to this tenant. So let's get that up here. So first of all, we can go to security.microsoft.com. So on the admin tenant, admin VPN. And we're going to grab that password. Okay, so essentially we're now in the new Microsoft Defender Portal. So everything is now located at security.microsoft.com here, and this is our endpoint area here, and also any instance and alerts that we also. So we can see here that this tenant comes pre-populated, hydrated with content. Takes a few minutes when you first provision it for the content to populate. Couple of the cool new settings, as this is the new tenant, for example. Okay, I'm just going to pause and we'll come back when this is done. Okay, that's not finished. So yeah, a couple of the cool settings. So portal redirection. So if you've still got people heading over to securitycenter.windows.com, and you can actually have an automatic redirection now if you want to, so that will send everyone to the new tenant, which is pretty cool. But what I wanted to show you here is, yes, this is pre-populated with some alerts and stuff, but let's say we want to create some more alerts and incidents. So what we can do is go into evaluations and tutorial, and we've got the evaluations lab here. So this will allow you to spin up some VMs. You get some choices here. So you can have more devices for less time or less devices for more time. I think a good one for me in this instance, I'm just going to keep it at the default 4 devices for 48 hours. So that will allow me to spin up 4 independent VMs. They don't have to all be spun up at once. You can spin them up as and when you choose, and they can be either server or clients. So we have to consent to some terms. So we can quickly do that and accept. Feel free to read these through yourself when you do it. So these are some of the third-party scenarios that we've got. So we've got attack IQ, and then we've also got the safe breach ones as well. And when we do this, we have to input our email stuff. So let me just do that quickly, and I'll come back. So I'll just use the admin creds. Okay, so now we've got 4 devices, 48 hours each, and we've got our attack vendors as well. So now we can hit up Setup Lab. Okay, there was, I just hit it again and it went through. Okay, so we've got our simulation lab now here. So what we want to do is create some devices. So let's create a device. So we've got, like I said, a choice of Windows 10 or Windows Server. So let's create one Windows 10 and add device. And from here, we get the username and password for that VM as well. So we can take note of that if you want to actually jump onto the VM. So that takes a few minutes to set up. And we can see the status of it here as it's being spun up. And what we can do, we can add maybe a Windows Server device. But remember, once you spin up these devices, that's it. They're enabled for the time period that you set up. So in my instance, it's 48 hours. So you only get one shot at this. So try not to use them all up at once in the first instance, and you can sort of spread out their usage as you wish. So once they've been set up, we can start to run some simulations on them. So what I'll do is I will pause the video now and then come back once these are ready to go. Okay, so our test machines are now ready. Took about 25 minutes in total. So now that we have a couple of test devices, we can create a simulation. So you can choose either or. Basically each of the security vendors have a number of different types of attacks, but if you choose all, then you can pick them all. So you've got the APT29 from safe breach, credential theft, code execution, and then some other ones with attack IQ. So let's just go with persistence methods. Basically, you can run these multiple times against any of the VMs. Okay, let's just check that they're installed. Devices, simulator status, complete. Okay, the attack IQ is still in progress, so we can go ahead with one of the safe breach ones. So let's choose safe breach, APT29, and then let's just go with the Windows 10 machine, create simulation. Brilliant. Let's try it again. Could be because it's still running the installation, so could be. Let's just see if. Okay, so we've got one simulation executed. Looked like that worked. It was just an odd error message. Let's go and create another one on the server. So use safe breach again. Let's go with credential theft. Let's pick the server. Create simulation. Failed to post, so it looks like it's having some issues with some of the HTTP requests. So just refresh. Okay, so look at simulations. So we've got the one running on test machine 1. Okay, let's see if we've got some of the attack IQ ones. So server 2. Okay, that looks a bit better now. So we've got another one running on server 2, so we can let these run. Currently running. So you can't stack them up, but you've just got to wait for them to finish. So we'll come back when this one's finished. So one of the simulations is completed. So the persistence methods with the attack IQ simulator is completed on test server 2. And what's cool is you can click on these here and they'll give you a load of information around this attack simulation, what it's doing, what MITRE techniques were observed with the attack, so each of the corresponding ones. And what's cool is we also get some sample advanced hunting queries to detect this behavior. So yeah, which is pretty cool. So we can almost sort of take this query, go to advanced hunting, paste it in, run, and there we get our detection. So device was test server 2, which is correct. And again, this is our, I suppose, our detection. I think there's another one as well. Go into back to our evaluation lab. Simulations in here as well. We had some more advanced hunting queries. Should pick up some activity from this attack. If we go back, create a new query, paste that in and run it. Again, there we get another detection there on the registry setting. Let me just see if I can scroll over. So yeah, we can see basically the log on script execution based on the attack information we have in the evaluation lab. And we'll just do a quick check on the other simulation that's now complete, so the APT29. So again, here we can see details around what the attack does and the scenario, and again, more advanced hunting scripts that you can run to I suppose highlight some of the alerts and detections here. And then we can go to our report and we can see incidents that were created as a result of the simulations, 15 alerts in total across the 2 incidents, and detection sources, so AV and EDR, and different categories. And we also have an active investigation running as well. And they should represent it in here as well. Let me just refresh. I'm having some trouble with this tenant. Let's go back into alerts. Okay, so suddenly you can see now, previously there was about 6 alerts when we initially created this, but we can see here all of these ones generated by the test machines based on the simulations that we've run. So again, this is just a great way of populating a new demo tenant with incidents and alerts just using the built-in simulation lab. So really simple here. So again, we've got this incident that was created, and again, it gives you an opportunity then to get familiar with the controls, the incidents, but also great if you're doing customer demos as well, so you can really show off these I suppose all of the tools with stuff that you generate, so all of the incidents, the graph, etc., and all of the different entities that are involved in an instant when we put this stuff together. So yeah, really cool. If you want to learn more, we've now got the built-in learning hub within the Security Center portal. So yeah, have a look through here when you get a chance. Loads of cool videos and training stuff for you to go through. And yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching.